What if some of what you've named as your personality isn't actually yours? Not your anxiety, not your self-doubt, not your low-grade fog that never quite lifts no matter how much you pray, journal, or push through. What if some of that is interference and you've just lived with it for so long that it started to feel like you? That's what I want to talk about today. Before I go on, if this kind of content interests you, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Now, spiritual interference is rarely dramatic. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't arrive with spinning heads or shadowy figures. Most of the time it slips in quietly, rearranges the furniture, and lowers the thermostat on your joy by a few degrees. And because it happens slowly, you call it normal. You say, "This is just my personality. I've always been anxious." Or, "I'm just not someone who finishes things." But here's what I've seen over and over again in my work. When we gently peel back the layers, there's often no core deficiency. There's wisdom, there is discernment, there is a finely tuned intuition that's been doubted, dismissed, or suppressed. But interference doesn't have to destroy you to be effective. It only has to dull you. It only has to keep you slightly smaller than you actually are. And here's the thing about being strong, and I know many of you watching this are strong. Interference doesn't knock you flat. It just makes everything heavier than it needs to be. It turns ease into effort. It turns clarity into fog. And because you are capable and resilient, you muscle through. You normalize the drag. Some of what I'm describing might look like personality traits, temperament, stress, hormones. And sometimes it is those things. I want to be clear about that. We are embodied beings with nervous systems and histories, and I'm never interested in blaming every human struggle on unseen forces. But there is another layer. Energy has texture. Environments carry residue. Relationships leave imprints. And sometimes what you've absorbed over the years becomes so familiar that you forget what you would feel like without it. One of the most powerful moments in soul protection and restoration work isn't dramatic deliverance. It's recognition. It's the moment someone says, "Wait, this isn't actually me." Not in a dissociated way, in a sober, grounded, clear way. This fog is not my essence. This exhaustion feels like something sitting on me, not something rising from me. That recognition alone begins to loosen the grip. You were not designed to live in this state of constant micro-bracing. You were not created to carry energetic residue that isn't yours. And you don't have to keep organizing your life around that drag. So if something in this video resonated, if you've had that quiet sense that life could feel lighter and more spacious than it currently does, I want you to know that's not wishful thinking. That may be discernment. Soul protection and restoration work is available, and it's available through me with individual sessions. We work together to identify what's yours, release what isn't, and restore your connection to your own clearest, most protected self. The link to my website is in the description below. I would be honored to work with you. And if this video was helpful, please subscribe. There's a lot more where this came from. I'll see you next time. Grace and peace.